all the news here in Nashville. But I may say something that's very upsetting to many of you. It turns out that Bill Cosby is a rapist. I know. I always used to watch him on the telly as a kid, and I always used to think to myself, I bet he doesn't rape. But I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again, because it turns out that his favourite thing is rape. He fucking loves raping people. Now, think about your favourite thing. You might be into sports, gardening, golf. I don't know what the fuck you're into. Now, think about it. Now, replace it with rape. And that's how Bill Cosby feels all day, every day. Now, I did this routine in Australia, and they wrote a very horrible review of the show. And I hate that people forget that I'm a comedian and that I'm joking. But I have to do this little public service announcement before I do this routine. I believe in many ways rape is wrong. I believe when possible you should always avoid raping people. If you leave the show this evening and you're thinking about raping someone, Jim Jefferies says no. But Bill Cosby wouldn't listen to me, would he? Fuck! Because he fucking loves raping. 60 women have come forward. 60 women. It's a big number, isn't it? 60. Actually, a little bit too big. The real number's 52. But I can say what I want up here, so I just rounded it up to 60. Who gives a fuck, right? Plus, I'm of the opinion, after you rape 20, same prison time, keep raping, I say. So, 70 women have come forward, right? Now, what happened is your Whoopi Goldbergs of this world, when the accusations first came out, they were all like, oh, I don't know if I believe all these women. They're just trying to ruin his legacy or some bullshit like that. Because all these rapes happened in the 70s and the 80s. And they said, what took these women so long to come forward? It's a good question. I think it's because, as rapes go, they weren't the worst rapes now, were they? He never held them down and fucking raped them. He used to drug them and finger them a bit. And I've had worse Christmases with uncles. What I'm trying to say is this. If I was ever going to be raped, I'd like to be raped by Bill Cosby. Because I've been such a big fan of his for so many years. And, you know, it'd just be wonderful to meet him. You know, how else would I get to meet him, you know? Of course, you know, we're in the same business, you know. Comedy. So anyway, what he'd do is he'd drug the girls' drinks and the girls would pass out. Now, I don't know the plight of the attractive female. I don't know the hell they go through on a daily basis. But I do know this. If someone drugged my drink, I would take it as a compliment. I'd be in the bar going, I'm getting sleepy. Who likes me? Who is it? So he drugs the drink, and then you pass out for about 4 hours. And then you wake up and you're like, oh, what the fuck happened? Oh, and the first thing you would see is that hysterical face of his. And he'd have a couple of fingers in you. And he'd be going, and a zoom, with the fingering and the drugging and the raping and the fingering. Tell me your first reaction wouldn't be laughter. You would be driving home before the fingering upset you. You'd be in your car going, Bill Cosby, that was really something. Oh. No, he shouldn't have fingered me. That was wrong. Now, I did that comedy routine, which is, I was joking just then. I did that in Australia, and they wrote a very nasty article about me with the headline, you cannot joke about rape. Turns out you can. I just fucking did it. And I think we can all agree that I nailed it. Hey. You can joke about anything. A joke doesn't mean intent. A joke doesn't mean you've actually done it or something like that. What this lady did was she wrote an article about me, and she did a transcript of the actual routine in the article, and wrote down every word that I said. Now, I hate this. And I'll tell you why. Because my whole skill in life is being able to say horrible things and still seem likable. You take the whole out of it. See, if you read my material, it's a bad read. If you just read, as rapes go, they weren't... Oh, my God! See, then she started to write down things. She should say things like, it is Jim Jefferies' opinion that women should be happy when they're drugged. Not my opinion. It was a joke I said, not my opinion. Not something that I think. Something that I think is funny. There is a big fucking difference between things that I think and things that I think are funny to say. If you want to know my actual opinion is this. I don't want to be raped by Bill Cosby. I think he's a horrible fucking man and he should go to prison. That's what my real opinion is. But if I came out and said that, you'd go, oh, Jim's lost his edge. See, so people started protesting at the front of the show, and people stopped showing up. Even though the shows were sold out, people stopped showing up because I was being deemed like I was a rapist. Yeah, okay. You know who never had someone protest their gigs because of their material? Bill Cosby. Because you got to give it to Bill. What a dignified man. He never said the swear words. He never lowered himself to my level. What a class act he is. Because that's why people went to see Bill Cosby. Because they wanted to see a good, clean, wholesome comedian who rapes. Rather than a person like myself who is just going to say horrible things and rapes very occasionally, like hardly... I also got a lot of backlash of my last special, Bear, which is also on Netflix. I did a lot of misogynistic jokes on that special. I'm not going to hide behind it. I said a lot of misogynistic things on Bear, and I got a lot of complaint letters. And look, I find it weird because Bear was my 5th special, and